10 oldest temples in the world. A temple is roughly described as a structure reserved for religious or religious activities. Temples have been built at some stage in the while, and many new ones open their doors every year. The Akshardham Temple in New Delhi, constructed in 2008, and the White Temple in Chiang Rai, which remains below production, are just two recent examples. The historic temples in this listing were built millenniums in the past through folks that's faith and believe gadget are not longer practiced. These homes are the various oldest man-made structures observed on this planet. They function a testimony to the gods and deities of cultures and civilizations long, long past. Palace of Knossos. Located a few 5 km, 3 mi, south of Heraklion, the Palace of Knossos is the most crucial and exceptional regarded known palace complicated in Crete. The exquisite palace changed into constructed step by step among 1700 and 1400 BC, with periodic rebuildings after destruction, until it turned into devastated as soon as and for all by means of fireplace. The palace comprised dwelling spaces, reception rooms, workshops, shrines, and shop rooms, all constructed round a critical square. The essential feature of the palace is still underneath debate. It might have been used normally as a place of job, a spiritual middle, or each in a theocratic manner. Knossos is also regularly related to the legend of the Athenian hero Theseus killing the Minotaur. 9. Göbekli Tepe. Sometimes referred to as the primary temple or oldest temple, Göbekli Tepe is a sanctuary built on a hilltop in southeastern Turkey. The houses or temples are spherical megalithic buildings, while the walls are made of unworked dry stone and encompass numerous T-shaped monolithic pillars of limestone, which might be up to 3 meters, 10 toes high. The website online changed into erected by way of hunter-gatherers inside the 10th millennium BC, making it through some distance the oldest human-made vicinity of worship yet located. Göbekli Tepe, now not most effective, predate pottery and the discovery of writing or the wheel, but it became additionally constructed before the beginning of agriculture and animal husbandry. 8. Temple of Amata. The Temple of Amata is the oldest temple in Nubia, and changed into first built with the aid of Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose II within the 15th century BC. The temple became committed to Amun and Re-Horukti. Alterations and decoration were performed via later pharaohs. Akhenaten had the call Amun destroyed at some stage in the temple, for example, while Seti I had this restored again. Although the temple is quite small and has crumbling outside, its indoors function some of the most finely reduced reliefs with bright and colorful colorations. 7. Gantija Temples. High on a hill on the island of Gozo is the Stone Age Gantija prehistoric temple complex. Constructed from 3600–3000 BC, the Gantija temples are the earliest of a sequence of megalithic temples in Malta, pre-courting Egypt's pyramids and Britain's Stonehenge by over 1,000 years. This megalithic monument is in truth 2 temples, built facet by way of facet and enclosed inside a boundary wall. The Severa figurines and statues indicate that the temples had been probably the website online of a fertility cult. The temples on Malta are the oldest temples in Europe. 6. Hagar Kim and Najra. The megalithic complicated of Hagar Kim is positioned atop a cliff on the southern edge of the island of Malta. The Najra temples are about 600 meters, similarly down the cliff. Hagar Kim consists of a primary temple and 3 extra megalithic systems beside it. The biggest megalith at Hagar Kim is some 7 meters, 23 toes, high, and weights around 20 heaps. Najra consists of 3 conjoined but not connected temples. The oldest temples were constructed between 3600 and 3200 BC. Many artifacts were recovered from inside the temples, suggesting that those antique temples were used for religious functions. These systems were now not used as tombs, seeing that no human remains have been observed. 5. Temple of Seti I. The Temple of Seti I is the mortuary temple of Pharaoh Seti I on the West Financial Institution of the Nile in Abydos. The ancient temple became constructed toward the give-up of the reign of Seti, and may have been finished by way of his son, Ramesses the Great, after his loss of life in 1279 BC. The temple turned into not only devoted to Seti I but also to some of deities. The raised reliefs on this antique temple are some of the best and most unique in all of Egypt. The temple also contains the Abydos king list. It is a chronological list of many dynastic pharaohs of Egypt from Menes, the Egyptian king credited with founding the first dynasty, until Ramesses I, Seti's father. 4. Hypogeum. The Hypogeum in Malta is the handiest prehistoric underground temple within the global. The temple includes halls, chambers, and passages carved out of rock. Thought to be at the start a sanctuary, it became an acropolis in prehistoric times. The complicated is grouped in 3 tiers: the upper degree, 3600 to 3300 BC, the middle degree, 3300 to 3000 BC, and the lower degree, 3150, 2500 BC. The private room within the lower degree is 10.6 meters, 35 feet, underground. Only a limited wide variety of visitors are allowed entry, and there can be a 2-3 weeks wait to get a price ticket. 3. Temple of Hatshepsut. The mortuary temple of Hatshepsut, who ruled Egypt from around 1479 BC until her death in 1458 BC, is located beneath the cliffs at Deir el-Bahari on the west bank of the Nile. It is a colonnaded structure, which turned into designed and carried out by using Sennemut, the royal architect of Hatshepsut, to serve for her posthumous worship and to honor the glory of Amun. The temple is constructed right into a cliff face that rises sharply above it and consists of 3 layered terraces, achieving 30 meters, 97 feet, in height. These terraces are related by way of long ramps which have been once surrounded through gardens. 2. Luxor Temple. The Luxor Temple is positioned on the East Financial Institution of the River Nile, inside the historical town of Thebes, and turned into based in 1400 BC throughout the New Kingdom. The temple turned into dedicated to the 3 Egyptian gods Amun, Mut, and Chans. This antique temple became the middle of the competition of Opet, Thebes' most vital competition. During the once-a-year competition, the statues of the 3 gods were escorted from Karnak to the Temple of Luxor, alongside the avenue of sphinxes that connect the 2 temples. The competition lasted 11 days for the duration of the 18th dynasty, however had grown to 27 days through the reign of Ramesses II within the 20th dynasty. No longer an active religious website, holidays to Luxor are extremely popular with vacationers these days. 1. Stonehenge. One of the maximum famous websites in the world, Stonehenge consists of earthworks surrounding a round placing of large standing stones in southwest England. Stonehenge was produced by using a lifestyle that left no written information. Such a lot of aspects of Stonehenge remain issue to discuss. Evidence suggests that the long-lasting stone monument changed into erected round 2500 BC at the same time as the remaining recognized production at Stonehenge become approximately 1600 BC. The colossal stones may additionally have come from a quarry, around 40 kilometers, 25 miles, north of Stonehenge on the Marlborough Downs. It is not recognized for positive what cause Stonehenge served, but many pupils accept as true with the monument turned into used as a ceremonial or non-secular center. Today, it's miles a popular visitor destination in England, and Stonehenge tours are available from numerous English towns. The complex is grouped in 3 levels: the upper level, 3600 to 3300 BC, the middle level, 3300 to 3000 BC, and the lower level, 3150, 2500 BC. The deepest room in the lower level is 10.6 meters, 35 feet, underground. Only a limited number of visitors are allowed entry, and there can be a 2 to 3 weeks wait to get a ticket.